Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy birthday to you, even if it's not your real birthday. Because welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. Isn't it a wonderful time to be alive? Because every day is your birthday if you choose to celebrate life, and why wouldn't you want to celebrate life? Try to cram too much into that starter, don't I? Never mind, I've got it. Kind of got it again, so that's it now. So, happy birthday. Anyway, everybody, how are you doing? Good morning, good morning. It is just coming up to 8:30 on Monday morning. And today we are going to talk about food festivals and fire alarms. Why you say that, for example? I'll tell you more in a little bit. But first of all, we just say happy birthday to one of the people, no, 4 people. Juan Pablo, happy birthday to you. And Chris Cooper, I'm not sure where I met you both, but happy birthday to both of you too. Tell me in the comments below if you read this and you can remember where we first met. That would be great. John McAleer, the fire safety guy, hence the fire alarms thing. We'll come on to that in a second. He's the one who introduced me to 2 different types of home smoke detector fire alarm things. And of course Tristan Lee, who's I believe is 50 today. So happy birthday to you, Tristan. I know you look a lot younger than that, and everybody is surprised to find out that you are that age. Tiny little bit younger than me, but you look about, well, to be fair, everybody's surprised to find that I'm 50 anyway. So, and here I am admitting it to the world. Anyway, happy birthday. Not today, my birthday is not today, my birthday is in September. Anybody wants to buy me a present? 3rd of September is my birthday. Come and wish me a happy birthday there. But we start off with blowing out the candles on the cakes to say happy birthday to Juan Pablo, Chris, John and Tristan. So, blow out one candle on the cake. What's the one thing you're going to get done today? Breathe in 5 through your nose. Put it on your heart. Hold your breath, light the candles on this cake. And then blow out the candles. 5 for 50, Tristan. Happy birthday to you, mate. Hope you're well. And happy birthday to those people on there. Right, so fire alarms first of all. We'll come on to the food festival in a moment. But John McAleer is the fire safety guy, and he is the one who taught me about 2 different types of fire alarm, optical and ionization. Please correct me if I'm wrong, John, and put links below if you feel that's helpful for people. One of them, and I can't remember which is which, doesn't tend to go off when you burn your toast in the kitchen, so you want to put that one downstairs near the kitchen. And then the other one is detects smoke, I think, more, or I can't remember which way around it is. You want to put that one upstairs on your landing, because that's the way you want those 2 set up, so that you don't accidentally set off the one by your kitchen from burning toast. And the more sensitive one is upstairs, that's going to save your life when it goes off. So only your bedroom anyway. But John can tell you more about that sort of stuff. It was just fascinating to find out these things. When you learn from an expert, it's amazing how much stuff you can learn, because you don't know what you don't know, right? And hence why I would say to anybody, find an expert to teach you the things that you don't know about the things you want to know. To achieve the goal you want, sometimes you have to learn stuff that you didn't even know you didn't know, for example. Meditation is a classic one of these, and a lot of people go, oh, I don't want to do meditation, but the amount of things that it can help with is ridiculous. And if you've ever worried about it, you're not quite sure how to do it, come talk to me. I teach it in my 7-day challenge, 7-day Kickstarter, I should say. And of course in my 6-month get yourself off antidepressants course, but also find your fire as well. I'm thinking that the landing page I'm going to call that one is going to be called Find Your Fire. That's going to be the Find Your Fire landing page. That's going to be the 6-month program, I think. And then the Freedom Cube is going to be my 7-day Kickstarter, which is basically just get yourself free, get yourself back on track, get yourself feeling better, and then take the time to really embed this stuff over the 6-month program. But come and have a little taster on the 7-day Kickstarter, where you'll get your Freedom Cube, and I'll teach you how the Freedom Cube works and how it helps you. One of the things on there is meditation, mindfulness, of course. And then of course we've got the Create a Happy process, which I think is going to replace my Unscramble Your Mind website. So it'll be Unscramble Your Mind, which will be create happy thoughts in 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes a day, create happy thoughts. Rewire your brain for positivity. Anyway, there you go. Still, you can see why I struggle with these landing pages and figuring out what the right message for these things are, because I've got so many kind of ideas as to how they might work. And what I really want to do, of course, what I really need to do, if you talk to any marketers, will be to split test them and chuck a whole bunch of traffic at them and see which ones stick, see which one people like. But I also have to interview some people. That's one thing that Cordelia has recommended to me that I do. Anyway, I've got to crack on because I'm getting cold already. I didn't realise how cold it was when I left the house. I forgot my earphones as well, which is really annoying. So my Blinkist book of the day, which is really good, called Hyper Learning, I think it's called today. I'm really having trouble listening to it because I'm having to listen to it on my phone next to my ear like this. It's ridiculous. Okay, food festivals. Get on to food festivals. Right. So I am, and I have been for many years. I think I missed a couple of them. The MC in the chef tent at the Cheltenham Food Festival. I also did Marlborough and Swindon a few years ago. But they decided not to do the Marlborough and Swindon ones anymore, and they just stuck with Cheltenham Food Festival. Because of course Cheltenham is the festival town, I guess you could say, because we have of course the horse racing festival, the Gold Cup festival, we have the science festival, the music festival, the literature festival, probably other ones as well that I've forgotten, jazz festival, are all fantastic, running throughout the year in my hometown of Cheltenham, which is one of the reasons I love Cheltenham so much, and why I want to move back there. ASAP. By the way, for anybody who's interested and lives anywhere near Alphacom, I'm going to be in Alphacom. Starring appearance from mid-July right through till after my birthday, actually, 6th of September. So if you're in the area, let me know. I'm going to be super hyper-focused on getting my business up and running, getting everything done, kickstarting everything, and also writing my book. I know. Chance Encounter. It's going to be a full-length novel. I've talked about it a couple of times before in here. Kind of a love story with personal development and a twist, which is going to be fun. Cool. So food festivals. I do the food festival every year. It's fantastic. It's 3 days. I get to interview some of the best chefs, well, in the county usually rather than country, but they do sometimes come in from the country as well. And they do cooking, live cooking in the chef tent, and I interview them and ask them what they're cooking and why they're cooking it and why they're doing certain things. And then usually, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen this year, you get to taste the food at the end of the thing, and everybody sort of scrums from the crowd and comes forward and just tastes all the food that they've cooked during the session. I'm not sure that's going to happen this year because technically we're still in lockdown till July. I guess we'll just find out, won't we? And I suppose I'll have to have a mask on while I'm doing my miking and talking to people, but it's a lot of fun, and if you want to come along, there is a cost, unfortunately, but if you look up Cheltenham Food Festival, you'll find out what it is, and if you're local to Cheltenham, definitely worth coming along and pop into the chef tent, come and see me. I love that sort of stuff, and if anybody wants to hire me for any other speaking gigs, MCing, stuff like that, obviously if you've been on here, you've seen me talking many times. I do love talking to a crowd more than just individual people, well, obviously as soon as I have people coming on, I love interacting with them, but yeah, I love speaking in front of a crowd, so I'm available for options. Available for paid speaking gigs, ideally paid, because I don't have anything to sell at the moment. So yes, I do get paid for the Cheltenham Food Festival, but not as much as the guy who used to do it, who used to be a famous chef himself, and apparently he used to charge a fortune for doing the chef tent, which is a shame because I didn't get a chance to sort of my fee stayed the same. I was doing the wine tent before, and then I got upgraded to the chef tent when he wasn't available, and then he never came back because I was so good. And they said, John, you're plenty good enough, why don't you just keep on doing it? So no offense to that guy, but it's a lot of fun. Anyway, that's it, that's all for today. Nothing particularly mindset related today. There'll be more on that tomorrow. I haven't been focused on it. My brother's been visiting this weekend from London, so I haven't really been on my full game as far as getting things done. We stayed up late last night watching Cruella. Didn't realise it was going to be a 2.25 hour film though, so it got a bit late and we had to end it, and we're going to watch the second half of it this evening. Very good film, well worth watching, I think. It's a bit weird, it's a bit off the wall, but it's very it draws you in, and you kind of can't stop watching it because there's so much stuff going on. It's weird, it's been quite a long time since I watched a movie where I actually felt like I didn't want to do something else at the same time. So definitely fully recommend Cruella. Of course, it's only available, obviously it's in the cinemas, but my brother has Disney Plus, and we watched it with his girlfriend remotely, so she was watching it in London. Paid $19.99 for it, for all four of us to watch it, five of us to watch it. So actually in the end that kind of turns out to be a bit of a bargain, rather than five people going to the cinema, for example. And we get to watch it in our own homes, and we get to break half time. So yeah, we didn't have to sit through the whole 2.25 hours of it. But anyway, so that's why I was up late last night, and then I watched the US Open. Oh, That was such a beautiful thing to watch. Jon Rahm. I was hoping that Rory McIlroy might win another, but he fell away. And then I thought DeChambeau might be quite interesting because he might like retain his US Open thing, but he threw it away as well. And then it was between Jon Rahm and can't remember the guy's name, Italian guy I think. Anyway, and Jon Rahm was the guy who was 6 shots clear. If you watch golf, I don't know, but he was basically 6 points in the lead, I suppose, if you don't follow golf at all. A couple of weeks ago, and somebody came up to him, and apparently he'd been exposed to COVID, and then he tested positive for COVID, so he was pulled off the golf course because he was tested positive for COVID, and he wasn't able to finish his round, so he wasn't able to win that competition at that point. And then he came back, obviously 2 weeks later, to do the US Open, which he's doing this week, and I think he's just had a baby boy in the meantime as well. And so for him to win, and his dad flew over from Spain because he's Spanish. His dad flew over from Spain to watch him play in the US Open, and obviously he had his little baby boy with him as well. So he had 3 generations of Rahms there. So he had his dad there, and then he just become a new dad, and he managed to win the US Open on Father's Day. Obviously they celebrate Father's Day on a different day in Spain, but Juan Pablo, I guess you've got Spanish connections there. Maybe not, maybe South American, I don't know. Anyway, but that was a really beautiful story to see him win the US Open, and he was very open about how his feelings, and interestingly, from a positive mindset perspective, he said he saw it not so much as a good thing, but he kind of took the positives out of it. So he was, he said it gave me a chance to have a break and have a focus, and he was very grateful that he wasn't as bad as some other people, because a good friend of his died from COVID a few weeks ago apparently, and so a few more weeks ago I think it was, probably from the way he was talking, probably 2 months ago, he's probably roughly what he was saying. So he was glad that he hadn't had it too bad, and that he was able to come back and play golf and so forth, and it really focused his mind. He had some really good words. Anyway, if you listen to his, I'm not sure if you can listen to his speech. I think it's his speech when he was accepting the cup. Really, really good words. Anyway, basically he was just saying he doesn't like to look at the negative on things, he likes to look for the positives, and that's exactly what I teach in my Kickstarter course and so forth. So it's all about focusing your mind on the positives and looking for the good things that happen in your life, rather than focusing on the negatives and the bad things that happen in your life. Because then you have a tendency to spiral down towards negativity, rather than spiral up, climb the ladder towards positivity, and finding a positives in things. Because you can imagine if he was seeing the negatives in that, he could have been really down, and then he might have been up for the golf, and then he may not have won, because he may have been like annoyed with himself and angry with himself, which is actually what happened to DeChambeau, and a little bit to Rory McIlroy as well. Hit a 1 bad shot, and it was like, oh, this is really annoying, and then they hit 2 more 3. It's a classic thing in golf. You hit 1 bad shot, and then you're still thinking about this is what I talk about in the past. Remember, talk about depression from ruminating on things that have happened in your past, and then projecting those forward to anxiety in the future. Golf is a classic example for that. You take 1 bad shot in the past, and then as you're taking the next shot, you're still thinking about the bad shot that you just took. Maybe you overcompensate, or you focus too much on something, on what happened before. Your brain is elsewhere. It's in the past. It's not in the shot that you're about to take going forward. And then you make another bad shot, and then you get annoyed with that bad shot, and it compounds itself over time. And it's exactly the same as what happens with depression as it spirals down. So here you go. Here was a lesson. I found a mindset mission in the conversation. If I thought about the golf, I could have done a whole talk about golf and mindset. Maybe that's one for the future. Anyway, there you go. Happy Father's Day to you, Jon Rahm, and your little baby boy, and well done for winning the US Open last night. And I'll have a lovely Monday, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Take care, guys. Bye for now.